taking office in January, my administration is focused on helping citizens finish the work of rebuilding their lives and communities, while taking steps to prevent similar catastrophes going forward. Beyond that, and most importantly, we must quickly and thoroughly evaluate and address any flaws in the system so that we can prevent a similar breach from happening again. Our government leaders in both parties have supported similar ideas in the past. But not one is entitled to a vote in Congress, to a voice on the bench, or to representation in any public office. In the wake of the recent Supreme Court ruling, we face a similar challenge. This commission, I'd note, is similar to one proposed by Congresswoman Capps and Senator Whitehouse.
Terry Vegas has a similar story.
But not one is entitled to a vote in Congress, to a voice on the bench, or to representation in any public office. We now face a similar challenge and a similar opportunity to prevent special interests from gaining even more clout in Washington. 2 months ago, we faced a similar deadline, and instead of making deep, indiscriminate cuts that would have cost jobs and slowed down our recovery, Democrats and Republicans came together and made responsible cuts and manageable changes to our tax code that will bring down our deficit. There's a similar bill working its way through the House, and I'm encouraged by these kinds of bipartisan efforts.
And I'm living proof that President Obama's nominee to the Supreme Court, Chief Judge Merrick Garland, deserves similar consideration by today's Senate.
As these groups take the steps they are outlining, and as we work with Congress on health care reform legislation, my administration will continue working to reduce health care costs to achieve similar savings. Indeed, midshipmen and presidents swear a similar oath, not only to protect and defend the American people, but the Constitution of the United States. Yes,
This bustling graveyard can be a restless place for the living, where solace sometimes comes only from meeting others who know similar grief.
Abbiamo anche parlato di quel lavoro che i nostri ministri dell'economia stanno facendo per arrivare a un corpus di principi e di regole che possono evitare che nel futuro si ripetano le situazioni che abbiamo invece dovuto registrare recentemente.
And we've also discussed the work that our ministers of economy are carrying out right now to try and develop a body of principles and rules to prevent similar situations from happening, similar situations to the one we are experiencing right now.
and we're going to level the playing field so that non-banks that offer home loans are held to the same standards as banks that offer similar services, so that lenders aren't competing to lower standards, but rather are competing to meet a higher bar on behalf of consumers. We may need to make sure that there is a similar mechanism in place for some of these other far-out transactions.
What we're saying is if you don't have health care, then you will be able to go to an exchange similar to the menu of options that I used to have as a member of Congress, and I can look and see what are these various private health care plans offering, what's a good deal, and I'll be able to buy insurance from that exchange. And Cherry Hill Construction was able to put people to work because of this project, just as other private contractors are doing because of similar projects across the country. I've often said that the creation of such an economy is going to require nothing less than the sustained effort of an entire nation, an all-hands-on-deck approach similar to the mobilization that preceded World War II or the Apollo project.